All right, check this out. Today is what they call Palm Sunday. I'll tell you right now, I'm about to blow that out the water right now. That is a fallacy, that is wrong, and it's blasphemous to say Hosanna, Hosanna on this day. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the Jews of Jesus' time, who followed him around in droves and worshiped him and wanted to crown him, they praised him like he was a king coming into Jerusalem. They praised him and laid down their garments, the interests of a king, right? And this is all according to the Old Testament prophecies of the millennial reign of Christ. This is after the church age and everything in the book of Revelations, when Jesus rules the world after he has already judged and everything in the battle of Armageddon. And then he will rule in his resurrection body, perfect kingdom on earth, and there'll still be people that rebel against him. And that's the Gog and Magog revolution. But back to the subject at hand, the Jews wanted to crown him king. They wanted political advantage. They said Hosanna in the highest, which means free us, Son of David, free us. Free us from what? From the political structure of the Roman Empire that was over the Jews at that time. The Jews were not free. They were under them, and they had to live by those rules, and they had a lot of leeway. They were actually protected by the Roman Empire. It was national discipline by God, but it was also a protection. God's grace is always working with the Jews. But the fact of the matter is that they were confused about this, and they thought he was going to go, he was going to enter Jerusalem on that donkey, and that he was going to basically lead a revolution to overthrow the national entity of Rome and take back power. They wanted rulership. They wanted power. It's a power grab. They didn't have the capacity for it. That's why they were under discipline, because they weren't walking with God. They didn't have God in mind. The political leaders were so off base, they didn't know anything. That's why Jesus always kept correcting the Pharisees, kept correcting the Sadducees. The Sanhedrin was wrong. And so those people had it in their mind from them that they wanted to overthrow this political structure of the Roman Empire over them. The very next day or so, after he went to Jerusalem and he ate the Passover, and then the very next day, it was about 2 days later, he was standing in front of them, beat half to death with a crown of thorns shoved into his head, in chains.